Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Paris, and today I was feeling like doing a chit-chat get ready with me. Basically, I'm just playing with makeup today. It's nothing like a real tutorial, and I know that I've said previously that I don't want this channel to be based on makeup and beauty, but I was in the mood to play with my palettes tonight. So if you're interested in hanging out with me and just talking, let's get into the video. Okay, I am ready. I have my Starbucks. I have a couple of palettes here in front of me. I have the Tati Beauty Volume 1 palette. It's neutral. I really like it. This is what it looks like. I also have the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, and I've had this for a couple of years. I haven't used it a lot. It might look like it. There is one color in particular. It's called Good As Gone. That color right there is like as good as gone. I've used that basically for my eyebrows for the last 2 years. So sorry if I'm really fidgety. I don't usually wear my hair down. I do like my hair down. It just always gets in the way. But I figured since I've done 2 videos now with my hair up, I might as well show you guys what I look like with it down. If you see me looking down a lot and like doing that, fishing through here, it's because I have my little jar from Morphe with all of my brushes. I'm not like any of those cool girls who their Morphe brushes say the names on them. Mine do not. It just says Morphe. And I've had 2 sets of Morphe brushes, and both times they didn't say the names on them. So I'm wondering where these beauty gurus are getting their fancy little brushes at, because I do not have them. Like I said in a previous video, I don't want this to be solely based on makeup, and that still holds true, but tonight I do feel like playing with makeup. In my everyday life, I don't really wear makeup. It usually looks like this with some mascara, maybe a lip if I'm going out. Yeah, even when I'm going out, I'm not wearing eyeshadow. It's not my forte, and I'm not great at it. So, but either way, I think it's good to want to practice, and yeah. So I'm not really going to be talking too much about the makeup, but I am going to dip into this color. It's called Soothe. I'm dipping into this bottom matte color just as a transition shade. Like I said, sorry if I'm fidgety in this video. I'm not used to my hair being down, and quite frankly, it is very bothersome. So I was on my way this afternoon to go purchase some items and do like a little haul for another video that I have an idea for. And I was driving in my car to the store, and the store's like 5 minutes away. And does anybody remember the year 2007 and where you were at in your life in 2007? Because I remember 2007 and the years following, and let me just say, I loved 2007. I think that if there's any time that I'm nostalgic for in my life, it's probably that year. Mostly because in 2007 I was, in that transitioning phase of moving from middle school to high school, and it was a really exciting time, and I was just trying to figure out who I was and what I wanted to be in high school, because back then, of course I don't know what it's like now, but back then there were groups, or I guess you could call them cliques. But I was always kind of weird. When I was 14, actually no, was I 14? Yes. When I was 14, my mom let me get my lip pierced. So, you may see a scar right there. It's because I had my lip pierced. I had it pierced until I was 24, 10 years. That's a long time. And the only reason why it came out was because I had to take it out for a job that I had. I worked for a Japanese clothing company called Uniqlo, or some people might call it Uniqlo. I don't really know how it's pronounced. I say Uniqlo. Yeah, so it's been out ever since. I have no desire to put it back in, although the hole is still open and still very present on my face. So anyways, that's just a quick lesson for you guys, not you younger people, not to get a lip piercing because it will permanently scar your face for the rest of your life. Anyways, this was not about my lip piercing. This was about 2007. So I was in the car and all of a sudden, Paramore started playing. Paramore, what was the song before that? Oh, it was an Omarosa song, and it was when Johnny Craig was the lead singer of Omarosa. And for anybody who knows me knows that I am obsessed with Johnny Craig. I think I'm still obsessed with Johnny Craig, and not because I think he's good looking or anything. I really don't. I mean, he's not, you know, unattractive or anything, but he does have some unattractive qualities, like he's a heroin addict, and I think, you know, really is not a great look. But anyways, so what I was saying was that in the car, Omarosa started playing when Johnny Craig was the lead singer, and he was also in bands like Dance Gavin Dance. That's actually how I discovered him. He has one of the prettiest voices, and he still makes music, which is awesome. Even though he does have some drug habits and, you know, whatever else, but he still has such a beautiful voice, and I love it. I think I tweet probably every year about how beautiful Johnny Craig's voice is, because it's just simply beautiful. Anyways, so Omarosa started playing in the car, and I was like, I had to start it over because I was like, oh my gosh, this brings me back to me in high school. Well, kind of like in that transitioning phase in 2007, moving from middle school to high school, and you know, kind of figuring out who I was back then. If you knew me in middle school and in high school, you would know that I went through a lot. Back then, MySpace was still a thing. Some people don't know what MySpace is, which is really too bad because it was amazing. It was an amazing platform, and I wish MySpace would come back because I hate Facebook. And yeah, so on MySpace there was this group of girls and boys that would dress like in dark clothing, have, you know, black hair with colored pieces in their hair, crazy colors. They would typically wear like dark eyeliner, have black nail polish, have their lips pierced, their noses pierced, septum piercings. Monroe piercings were big back then. I was really into that style. So if you knew me from like 7th grade to like the end of junior year, you know what I looked like. Skinny jeans, Converse. Some of it was kind of like 80s inspired. Like, I remember making my mom take me to Ross, and I bought a jean skirt, but I made her buy me striped leggings and fingerless gloves. And I remember wearing that to like my first day of freshman year, and I had like a black shirt on, and it was like all about the layers back then. It was like a black shirt with a colorful tank top underneath, the jean skirt with the leggings underneath, with my Converse on. Yeah, and at that time I had cut my hair really short. In 8th grade I cut my hair from my booty to up here, super short, and I had these like spikies on the top of my head. I'm sure there's pictures somewhere, but I literally do not own any because this was probably the worst hairstyle that I've had in my life. But it was like a short bob with these like, I called it my peacock. I had originally dyed it blue, and then I bleached it and dyed it hot pink, and my hair was like that for a little bit in 8th grade and 9th grade. Oh my gosh, I remember like loving pictures of these girls. Like, that were quote unquote seen and had like, they would like dye this portion of their hair just like a stripe, or they do like a few in their hair, and have like a raccoon pattern or like zebra. I had a friend who actually did her hair like that, and it was like zebra, and it was so crazy, the hairstyles back then, at least in the scene, group, because like it was basically like you had a mullet on your head. Like you would like cut these short layers in your hair. Like I remember I have pictures of myself, like I had short layers, and I'd tease them and spray them and like make it like very voluminous up here, and then just have like straight hair and like colored pieces underneath. It was absolutely ridiculous. I definitely had a mullet on my head. I would, you know, dye my hair crazy colors. I had a lip piercing. I didn't have my nose pierced yet. I got that when I was 18. Was I 18 or was I 16? It was after my first job, so I must have been 16. Either way, got my nose pierced. So anyways, this was just all to say that I really miss 2007. I don't miss being in high school. I don't miss like being an unpopular, weird scene kid, but I'm basically just rambling on just to say that hearing that type of music in my car really made me nostalgic for that time in my life. Just the music, the friends I had, not necessarily the style at the time, but I felt like so cool being a part of a group of people who looked alike, acted alike, listened to the same music, and, you know, just, it was just a good time back then. And it reminded me of how I used to go to concerts all the time, and, you know, I pretty much went to at least one concert every week, if not multiple a week. My mom was really cool back then. I mean, she's still cool, but she was really cool. She would cut her hair and she would dye it crazy colors just like I would, and we listened to the same music. We wore the same clothes sometimes. Like, I like had eventually transitioned out of that like short skirts and leggings underneath type of style to like skinny jeans, a hoodie, Converse. Like, I remember my mom dressing like that, and like she would buy the same hoodie for me that she had. And a lot of the times it was just like band hoodies or black hoodies. A lot of the times it was 30 Seconds to Mars hoodies, because let me just tell you, another person that I'm obsessed with is Jared Leto. I remember my mom took me to multiple concerts with her to go see him. Well, go see 30 Seconds to Mars, because she was and still is obsessed with them. I actually remember this one time that my mom took me to go see 30 Seconds to Mars with her and a group of her friends who went to every single 30 Seconds to Mars concert. And I remember my mom let me go with her to one of their concerts downtown. I think it was at the Bluebird, if I'm not mistaken, but I remember it being really cold, and I remember they ran across the street. So it was not the Bluebird, it was the Ogden. Across the street from the Ogden is the 7-Eleven. So I remember them running across the street to the 7-Eleven to get like a soda, and then they poured vodka into the soda, and they were drinking to stay warm. And it's just so funny because I've definitely done that now as an adult. You know, you drink, you get that liquor blanket, makes you a little bit warm and fuzzy on the inside. You don't think about how cold it is in the middle of December in Colorado, and you're just wearing a hoodie and some Converse to a concert. You're waiting outside of the venue to get in. So that was one experience I had going to a show, to a 30 Seconds to Mars show. Another really fond memory that I have is we went to one concert, and I don't remember what venue it was at. I don't think it was the Pepsi Center. It definitely wasn't the Pepsi Center. But it was like South Denver. I can't remember at this point. But we went, and I remember, oh my gosh, we took my friend Shannon with us because, surprise, surprise, Shannon was also obsessed with 30 Seconds to Mars at this time. And me and Shannon were like best friends. So of course, Shannon got to come with us. And I remember we were like up in the stands, and oh my gosh, I just remember having so much fun. We were like in the seats, but I remember Jared Leto. I remember him like running through the crowd, and like when they run through the crowd, they have like the spotlight on them. He's running through the crowd singing, and oh my gosh, he ran through mine and Shannon's row, and like we got to high five him, and it was just, it was such a surreal moment. Like, I don't think I will ever forget that moment, touching Jared Leto. How many of you can say that you've touched Jared Leto? But anyways, at that same show, I remember waiting afterwards because their tour bus was outside, and we were with that same group of girls that my mom used to go to every single 30 Seconds to Mars concert with. And I remember waiting outside for their tour bus and trying to catch them. We did get to meet them. They signed, I don't know if I still have it, but they signed the like complimentary CD that you got from the Taste of Chaos tour. That's what it was called, the Taste of Chaos tour. Anyways, so they had like a compilation of like one song from each band. And I remember having them sign it, and you got to say hi to the members of 30 Seconds to Mars. And I just remember being like 2 feet away from Jared Leto and being like, oh my God, he's so hot. Oh my God, I'm gonna marry him. So yeah, anyways, it just made me really nostalgic listening to that music. Like, I know that it wasn't a 30 Seconds to Mars song. It was Paramore and Emarosa, but it just really took me back to those days. I didn't miss it because it was just simpler times. It was, you know, I didn't have bills to pay. I didn't have to have a job. I was going to concerts every weekend, and my mom was paying for them. It was a good time. And I'm just wondering, do you guys remember where you were in 2007 and 2008? Because those 2 years were great. They were really great. I just had a lot of fun. So, anyways, thanks for letting me ramble on about how much I loved 2007. So I'm just gonna put some mascara on really fast. By the way, what's your guys' Starbucks order? Mine tonight is just an iced black coffee with extra ice, no room, and sugar-free vanilla, no classic syrup. I also really like sugar-free vanilla lattes, where they just use the sugar-free vanilla pumps instead of the classic. And oh, I don't like milk or like heavy whipping cream, so I usually get it with almond milk or coconut milk. Yeah, that's usually what my Starbucks order. If I'm feeling fancy, I'll get like a caramel macchiato. I also really like black tea. I usually get like an iced black tea with extra ice and a dash of almond milk with sugar-free vanilla. I'm obsessed with sugar-free vanilla, I guess. I don't know. So this is the final look. This was not a makeup tutorial. This is just me chatting to you guys and talking about the past and how I was nostalgic about 2007. If you liked this video, please hit the like button and leave a comment down below letting me know where you were at in 2007. If you remember what type of music you were listening to, what types of styles you were into, and also leave a comment about what types of videos you'd like to see in the future. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you get notified every time I upload a new video. And thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Bye!